A woman was looking for a job, but the secretary did not approve of the woman's work, so the woman was rejected by the secretary. At this time the male CEO happened to pass by. The woman secretly heard that the male CEO's office was on the 33rd floor, so she dressed up as a cleaner. The woman secretly entered the male CEO's office. When the male CEO found her, he was startled by the woman. At this moment the woman immediately took out her work. The woman said she really needed this job, but the male CEO rejected her and told her to leave. At this time the male CEO suddenly fell and ended up hugging the woman. To ease the awkward atmosphere, the woman started introducing herself again. The male CEO seemed to be moved by the woman's eyes, so he expressed his love for the woman, but the woman slapped the male CEO. The woman thought the male CEO was very impolite. She left the male CEO's office in anger. At this moment the male CEO's mother found the woman. She took out 2 marriage certificates. Unexpectedly the woman was actually the male CEO's wife. It turned out that 3 years ago, the woman had accidentally spent a pleasant night with a man. The two had registered for marriage certificates while they were not sober, and the woman had already forgotten what the man looked like. At this time the woman did not know that this man was the male CEO, because the woman thought this was just a misunderstanding. So she asked the male CEO's mother for a divorce. The male CEO's mother was very surprised. At this moment the male CEO suddenly called, but he said the woman was an ignorant and immature person. The male CEO also demanded a divorce from the woman. The woman was very unhappy after hearing this, so the two agreed on a time to go through the divorce procedures. But the male CEO's mother did not want them to get divorced, so she booked a room for the two of them, and hoped they would have a good talk. After the woman arrived at the room she suddenly felt unwell, so she wanted to leave the room. At this time the male CEO opened the door and found that the woman was actually the wife he had married 3 years ago. The male CEO still could not believe the fact in front of him, but the woman began to gradually lose consciousness, so the two spent another pleasant night together. The next day the woman woke up and left secretly immediately. At this moment the male CEO's mother was very happy.